Before you sit down and relax after dinner tonight, I need you to hear this carefully, because what you do in the next 1 to 2 hours after eating may be putting silent pressure on your heart, especially if you are over the age of 60. My name is Li Wen, and over the years, I have studied how everyday habits affect heart health in aging bodies, and one pattern continues to show up again and again. People believe that once dinner is finished, the body simply begins to rest. But in reality, what happens after dinner can either support your heart or quietly damage it overnight. And the most dangerous part is this: you will not feel the damage happening. There is no immediate pain, no clear warning sign. It builds slowly night after night until one day it appears as high blood pressure, poor sleep, or even a serious cardiac event. Now let me ask you something. What do you usually do after dinner? Do you sit on the couch and watch television? Do you scroll on your phone? Or maybe even lie down shortly after eating? These habits feel normal. They feel harmless. But what if I told you that one of these common behaviors is directly interfering with your body's ability to regulate blood pressure, support circulation, and allow your heart to recover properly during sleep? And I want you to stay with me, because in just a moment, I'm going to reveal the number one mistake that most people make after dinner. And it is something that could be affecting your heart every single night without you realizing it. But before we get there, you need to understand what your body is actually doing after you eat, because once you understand this, everything begins to make sense. When you eat, your body enters an active state. Digestion requires energy. Blood flow is redirected toward your stomach and intestines. Your heart begins to work harder to support this process, and your blood pressure naturally rises slightly. This is normal during the day, but here is where the problem begins. When you remain completely inactive or lie down too soon after eating, your body is forced to manage digestion and circulation at the same time without the support of movement. This creates a situation where blood flow becomes less efficient and pressure within your cardiovascular system increases. Now let's talk about the first common mistake: sitting immediately after dinner and staying inactive for long periods of time. Many people finish eating and sit for hours watching television or using their phone. What most people do not realize is that prolonged sitting slows circulation, particularly in the lower body, and reduces the efficiency of blood return to the heart. This can lead to pooling of blood in the legs, increased pressure in the veins, and additional strain on the heart. Research from the American Heart Association shows that extended sedentary behavior is associated with impaired vascular function and increased cardiovascular risk, especially in older adults. Now here is where it becomes more serious. After the age of 60, your blood vessels lose some of their elasticity, which means they are less able to adapt to changes in blood flow and pressure. This makes the body more sensitive to the effects of inactivity after meals. The simple solution is to incorporate light movement after dinner. Even a short walk of 10 to 15 minutes can significantly improve circulation, support digestion, and reduce strain on the heart. Now let's move to the second mistake, and this is one of the most dangerous: lying down too soon after eating. When you lie down, your body changes position, and gravity no longer helps keep stomach contents in place. This increases the risk of acid reflux, where stomach acid moves upward into the esophagus. But this is not just a digestive issue. It can trigger a response in the nervous system that affects heart rhythm and blood pressure, particularly during sleep. This phenomenon has been observed in clinical settings where patients experience nighttime palpitations or irregular heartbeats linked to reflux episodes. And for seniors, this risk is higher because the digestive system becomes slower and less efficient with age. The recommendation here is clear. Avoid lying down for at least 2 to 3 hours after eating, giving your body enough time to process food before sleep. Now let's talk about another habit that many people underestimate: exposure to screens after dinner. Whether it is television, smartphones, or tablets, the light emitted from these devices affects your body's natural rhythm. Specifically, it suppresses melatonin production. Melatonin is not only important for sleep, it also plays a role in regulating blood pressure and relaxing blood vessels. When melatonin levels are reduced, your body remains in a more alert state. Your heart rate stays slightly elevated, and your blood pressure does not drop the way it should during the night. Over time, this disrupts the natural recovery process of your cardiovascular system. Research from the National Institute on Aging indicates that poor sleep quality and disrupted circadian rhythms are linked to increased cardiovascular risk in older adults. The solution is to reduce screen exposure at least 1 hour before bed and create a calmer environment that allows your body to transition into rest. Now, here is another factor that often goes unnoticed: eating heavy or high sugar meals at dinner. When you consume foods high in sugar or refined carbohydrates, your blood glucose levels rise quickly, followed by a spike in insulin. This can lead to fluctuations in energy and increased metabolic activity at a time when your body should be slowing down. And when this pattern is repeated night after night, it can contribute to insulin resistance, inflammation, and increased strain on the cardiovascular system. A balanced evening meal that includes protein, fiber, and healthy fats can help stabilize blood sugar and support a smoother transition into rest. Now let me bring your attention to something deeper, because this is where everything connects. Your body follows a natural circadian rhythm, an internal clock that regulates when you are active and when you rest. Your heart, your hormones, and your metabolism all follow this rhythm. When your habits align with it, your body functions efficiently. When they do not, your body experiences stress, and over time this stress affects your cardiovascular health. This is something I have observed repeatedly in my work. Small changes in evening habits leading to significant improvements in sleep quality, blood pressure, and overall heart health, especially in adults over 60. Now here is the good news, because this is where everything shifts from fear to control. You do not need complicated solutions to protect your heart. You need consistent habits that support your body's natural processes. After dinner, take a short walk, avoid lying down too soon, reduce screen exposure, choose balanced meals, and allow your body the time it needs to transition into rest. These are simple steps, but they create powerful changes over time. Now I want you to think about this. Your heart works continuously every second of your life, and the night is the only time it has to truly recover. When that recovery is disrupted night after night, the damage builds silently until one day it becomes something serious. But the most important thing you need to understand is this: you have control over this process. Your habits matter, your routine matters, and the choices you make after dinner may be shaping your health more than you realize. So tonight, ask yourself, what do I usually do after eating? And what is one small change I can make starting now? Because that decision may protect your heart in ways you cannot see, but will one day feel. And now I want to hear from you. What is your usual after-dinner routine? Do you stay active, or do you rest immediately? Leave your answer below, because your experience could help someone else recognize a habit they need to change. And remember, taking care of your heart is not just about what you do during the day. It is about how you allow your body to recover at night.